What's up, everyone? This is Gail Dudley, and it is time for News in Motion. Do me a favor. Do me a favor as you are coming in here. I see you, Deborah and Robert and Lori and Roseanne. If y'all would do me a huge favor, hit that share button and hit that like or heart button to get the algorithm moving. I would greatly appreciate that. Good morning to all of you who are already in here. It's so exciting to see you on this morning. I see you, Camille. I see you, Anita, Lady Overflow Dawson. I see you, Deborah Sneed. Anita, here's a funny, excuse me, y'all. Here's a funny. At the conference that we were both attending, I was telling somebody, they were like, "Oh, who's that?" And I said, "Oh, that's I said, "That's Overflow." And they said, "Her name is Overflow." I said, "Well, yeah." And I said, "Okay. Her name is Anita Dawson, but we call her Lady Overflow." They were like, "Oh," but I was so excited about that. They were like, "Wait, her name is Overflow?" And I said, "Yeah." So that's just a funny for this Monday morning. I see you, Dr. Antoinette. I see y'all coming up in here. We have a lot of news. Again, if y'all would do us a great favor, because so many people are saying they're no longer getting the alerts, they can't find us because we have the whole week posted up there. They hit the wrong one, they're in the wrong queue. So do us a favor, hit that share button, hit that like or that heart button, let people know, get that algorithm going to let people know that we are on this morning. All right, y'all. It is Monday, February the 6th, 2023, and I am your host, Gail Dudley. If you are tuning in on Facebook or LinkedIn or YouTube, or maybe you're listening to one of the many podcast platforms and you're live with us, I want to say good morning. If you're watching the replay, thank you so much for tuning in just to see what we're doing. Y'all, you never know who's watching. I was at Mount Olivet Baptist Church on Sunday. My husband was preaching, and there were so many people who came up to me saying, "I watched the show, I watched the show, I watched the show." And I was like, "What?" And they tell me like things that I've said. I'm like, I never saw their name pop up, or they're listening on the podcast. And something that's really interesting, I see you, Kim Edmondson, coming in here, and Jacqueline coming in here. What's really interesting, and when Isaiah comes on, Isaiah is filling in again for Kenny today. When Isaiah comes on, he will confirm for all of you when we're done. Facebook will show us some crazy numbers. Hi, Fred Jones. Facebook will show us that there were 327 people on live. We're like, what? We didn't see those numbers. So it's really interesting how this works. We may not actually see the numbers, the real numbers that are up there, but people are watching us live every day. So we want to keep flowing with the news and the direction that God has given us as a team to do this. So we're really excited about everything that's happening. So for all of you who we may not see you come into the chat, or we may not see those numbers up there, we also want to say good morning to you as well, because I learned on yesterday there's a whole lot of people watching, but I have no idea who's watching, which means I guess I gotta like be on my best behavior. That'll never happen. All right, y'all. Our Black History promo today is one of our very own, and it kicks off tonight at 5 p.m. We have the graphic we're going to pop up. Y'all, Deborah Johnson is now launching her Right from the Heart podcast, and we're going to get that in here. Let me see if I can find it real quick. We're going to get that in here from Deborah Johnson, Right from the Heart, Mondays at 5 p.m. right here on this Facebook page, as well as her Right from the Heart Facebook page. So if we can get that going, that would be so exciting. I want y'all to tune into that. She is doing some amazing work. This is a dream of hers, something she's been wanting to do for a while, and now it's time to kick it off. So she's so excited about that. Thank you, Isaiah. So y'all, this is Monday, February the 6th, and we got Black History going on. Let me tell y'all, this is Black History. Actually, it's 365 days of the year. Y'all, Beyonce. Yay! Y'all, Beyonce became the first Black woman to win a Grammy for Best Dance Electronic Album for Renaissance. Beyonce is now the Recording Academy's GOAT. Yeah, she's the greatest of all times. She won 4 Grammys award last night for her album Renaissance, bringing her to a career total of 32. I'm reading my notes because I want to make sure I get all of it in there. I want to be like, dang, I wanted to say that because I have it on here. That's right, Kim Edmondson, Queen Bee. Y'all, after 88 career nominations, the superstar won her 4th trophy of the 2023 awards, giving her the record for the most Grammy victories. Congratulations to you, Queen Bee. Queen Bee. Now, here's the question I have on the floor, and I'm going to need y'all to respond with me. She was kicking butt last night. How did she not win album of the year? I'm, if all of these singles and all of these songs won, how did she not take home the one for best album? Y'all, Harry Styles took home album of the year last night. Um, and the entries were Harry Styles, Beyonce, Adele, and Bad Bunny. And Harry Styles did win. Y'all, also last night. It's Black History Month, y'all. Also last night, Viola Davis was crowned with the EGOT. What does that stand for? She becomes the 18th person to win the Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and Tony. So EGOT. After she received a Grammy for the audiobook to her memoir, Finding Me. So that is so exciting. It was popping off last night. So if anybody, like any of my neighbors could hear me, I was like, yes, yes, yes. So all that was happening. Y'all, this is not easy to come by to get that award. There's less than 20 people. So it's what they're considering the greatest honor. Now, Dr. Dre won the Dr. Dre Global Impact Award. Okay, so that happened. Okay, all of that. Let's get back to Beyonce. Today's the day, y'all. If you have that section, if you have the section, you're probably asking me even from last Thursday, what are all these sections? Well, you know, Ticketmaster had to go before the before Congress because they just messed up Taylor Swift's tickets. And B Queen B, she's not having. No. Ticketmaster, if you're doing these tickets, this is how you have to do it. And I gave y'all the whole thing on Thursday, so I won't give y'all all of that. But today is the first day that tickets drops for her first solo tour in 7 years. They go on sale today, but you have to be in that section. So don't be mad if people are popping up talking about they got their tickets. What section did you sign up for? And it depends upon the country, the territory, the city, just everything, the dates. What section? Now, I gotta be honest, I ain't got time for that. So it's like I have work to do, so I'll probably miss it all because you have to have all this. Even y'all, even Target, although they were doing their own little commercial, even Target's trying to get tickets. So I don't know if they're trying to use them as a contest or what, but they even put out a tweet saying and an Instagram post saying they had 3 laptops and 5 phones trying to get tickets. And that's really the production of getting Beyonce's tickets. So y'all, we don't know what that's going to be like. I'm hoping for my girl to get hers, but I'm like, I'm out. I just can't. But I'm not really out. I'm just trying to like prepare my mind. You know, it's a whole mindset thing. Will we get them? Won't we get them? So it's going to be really interesting. And I think it also depends upon the kind of credit card you have too. I think Citi Card will go first, and then I believe it's MasterCard, and I could have these out of order, but it depends upon your section. And trust me, you have to put that in there to register. So we just got to see what's going on. Kim Edmondson said that's too much. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. Jacqueline said her book was our first book club section. You're talking about Viola Davis. Good for you. What's up, Adrian? Deborah Johnson said we need to win Powerball to afford those tickets. But see, now I'm gonna say this about that. And I actually had to help somebody on Facebook on Saturday. The tickets haven't released yet. So there's no number out there yet. So it's really strange how people are saying that tickets are this. Because even I said, that's a whole mortgage payment. But come to find out, even other countries didn't release theirs yet. So we don't know where those numbers are coming from. Because I went and started doing my own digging. I'm like, There's none out here yet. So where are they getting these numbers? I don't know if these people are randomly doing it or not. And let me say this to all of you. If you have a mortgage payment, rent payment, car payment, electric, gas for your car, food to eat and to feed your children, if you have any of those things, make sure you're responsible and take care of those things first before you buy the tickets. Seriously. Now, some people are teasing Queen Bee, talking about you did it right when tax time and people are going in trying to get the loan on their tax. Seriously. You talking about a 3-4 hour concert. That is phenomenal. Yes. But please make sure you're responsible. I want to make sure I say that. All right, y'all. Over 1,300 are dead as a powerful earthquake strikes Turkey, Syria. It was a magnitude 7.8 earthquake, which struck southern Turkey and northern Syria early this morning. They say that it has really flattened hundreds of buildings and killed, again, more than 1,300. So let's just pray for all that devastation there, and let's pray that people find their loved ones. And let's pray for those who have lost loved ones as well. All right, so let's talk about this balloon. Everybody's talking about this balloon. Y'all, U.S. military, the F-22 Raptor fighter jet finally completed its first air to strike mission, although this F-22 Raptor has been around for a decade. So it took out the balloon. I know they're probably like, we get to fly this plane and take out this balloon. Y'all, the balloon was carrying, they said, about 3 large school bus sizes in this balloon. Now, as people were watching, I don't know why they were watching. As people were watching over, they said the Myrtle Beach area, the jet climbed 58,000 feet and down the suspected Chinese surveillance balloon over the Atlantic Ocean. On Saturday, they said it scattered. I want y'all to hear this. It scattered across 7 miles of the sea, of the ocean. All right. But the geopolitical stuff, they ain't sitting down. They talking. Biden should have done it, had it busted when it was over Montana, and it was just going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Biden's like, I ain't thinking about y'all. Because see, Biden already knew what was going on. Now I'm about to tell y'all. So was this the first time that this has ever happened, that a Chinese balloon came over to the US? No. 3 times with the former guy. Hello, somebody. So you got to look for the news. You got to dig. You got to see what's happening. 3 other times with the former guy. He ain't shoot it down, but he going to yell. Now, I want to say this. I now have a higher respect for former presidents who decide, I'm not saying anything. I'm not going to the White House unless I'm invited in. Take Jimmy Carter, who has gone to do some negotiations. He didn't just say, let me go negotiate. They called on him to do it. Same thing with Dad Bush, and then George W. Bush, Bill Clinton, President Obama, so forth and so on. They wait. I now have better respect for that, because the other dude that's telling everybody and getting money behind it, he's sending out a fundraiser letter around it, talking about shoot down the balloon. They're taking our intel. Well, dude, hello. 3 times while you were in office, there was a spy balloon, one over Mar-a-Lago. Did you do anything about that? No, we didn't even hear about it. So yes, this has happened before. The reason they did not shoot it down again, they thought about the number of civilians who could be killed. Imagine a whole bus. My friend and I were talking, Judy Gore, John Gore's wife. Imagine an entire bus, you sitting at the kitchen table, having your dinner, and an entire bus come down in the middle of your house because we're shooting down a balloon. They thought about people first. So that's what's happening. And y'all, I guess there's another balloon out there as well. Now, what's beautiful about this and how it came out that, there were balloons out there before. I got to give shout out to Representative Mike Waltz, Republican of Florida, who shared that information. And the intel did show that it was true. So that's happening. And again, there's another balloon out there somewhere over Latin America. There's another balloon. All right, y'all, the State of the Union will take place on this Tuesday night, tomorrow night. And I will do my best to gather all the information I can and share with you tomorrow as to what to look for. It's going to be an interesting one. It's going to be an interesting one. Roseanne said China's spying on those Beyonce tickets. That's good. That's good. That's good. Lori said her nephew was number 121,312 in line for tickets for Beyonce in Paris. It's crazy. It's just crazy. It is crazy. So you're really going to win some tickets. My thing is, don't tell anybody you have them because somebody may try to come get them from you. So, whatever. All right, y'all. Bernie Sanders is taking the reins on this committee. Um, he now leads the committee whose broad jurisdiction overlaps with some of his top priorities. Now, this is healthcare, education, labor, and pension. Now, while Bernie Sanders plans to introduce Medicare for all legislation, he told HuffPost, they're reporting this, that HuffPost Jonathan Cohen last week that he doesn't intend to make that bill a top priority for the committee. And people are pretty much pushing back on Bernie because that's what he ran on when he was running for president. So a lot of people are calling on Bernie Sanders to explain as to why he is changing courses here and the importance of having this Medicare for all legislation. Again, this is something he ran on when he was running for the office of president. So it's going to be interesting to find out why he is now changing courses. All right, y'all, it's early, but let's talk. And again, I'm trying to get all this in. I'm going to bring in Isaiah, who's going to step in for Kenny today. Um, New York Times is reporting this. And I was going to hold it, but I think we need to talk about it. And we talked about a little bit of what's on the docket for the Supreme Court coming up in June. I talked about this in January. Well, the question on the table is this the final days of affirmative action? And again, the New York Times is reporting. Now, the Supreme Court heard arguments about race-based affirmative action in October, and the six Republican-appointed justices seemed ready to ban it. Like that's the conversation. They just want to ban affirmative action. Now, the ruling is expected in June, 2023. Now, the big question for many people are asking, well, what about colleges, military, and other organizations? How will they try to replace their current programming? And will this interfere with HBCUs? Dr. Antoinette, jump on here, put in the chat what you want to say about that. Now, y'all, the focus in a 2023 newsletter will be what they're considered class-based affirmative action. Now, it is legal. That's a rule. That's a policy. That's a standard. Yet many colleges do relatively little to take into account economic class as a measure of income or wealth or neighborhood conditions and more. And there's a large racial gap in those indicators. With everything that's going on in Florida with Governor Ron DeSantis and book banning and how he's trying to even finagle the college rules and AP for African American history, which I shared last Thursday. And if you did not watch that, go watch it. But I'm sure everybody has watched it because the numbers to that particular broadcast, when I went through all of that, is like through the roof. I've even had people say, this is one of the top 10 of the news and motions over the last 2.5, almost 3 years. People love that show, that broadcast. So if you did not see that, go check that out. But y'all, I'm sharing all this to say we have to register to vote. Black History Month, we're Black every day, but Black History Month, since it's National Black History Month, I am calling on people to check your voter registration if you are already a registered voter. Encourage your family, your friends, your coworkers to become registered voters if they are not. Please, let's do this movement this month and let us know here at News in Motion how many people you got to register or did you help register. This is serious. Why am I saying this? Well, again, the 6 Republican appointed justices are pretty much looking at, they already have their answer to some degree. We're done with this. That's going to hurt Black and brown people all over. That's going to hurt those in different socioeconomic status in a bad way. That's going to hurt many neighborhoods and communities. And I want to share this, y'all. Our vote, I don't know how else to share this. And I know I'm speaking to the choir at this moment, but Voting matters. It matters. Our voice matters. And if we do not exercise our right to vote, these things happen. They're happening. We put out a plea, we put out a cry. The past two elections, voting matters. We got to stop just looking at the names on the list and connect the dots to how all of this is going to work. When you vote for a president, what's all connected to that president? The cabinet, the justices, the Federal Reserve, all of that's connected. The branches of government, all of that is connected. Yes, Marion, our vote matters, our voice matters. It is so important. I don't know how else to articulate this to get us to understand this. It matters. So what happens is the people who are not voting, I see you, Jeffrey Allen James, popping up in here, or will be the ones who are sounding the alarm, so to speak, saying, oh, they're taking away affirmative action. I can't get a job, or I lost a job. Well, you did not vote. So stop with all those shenanigans. You didn't vote. Until you exercise your right to vote, you really don't have a say so. You don't. So if you are a voting age, we have to do our part to make sure we're out there doing what we have been called to do. All right, y'all. There was a close call at Austin Airport. A FedEx cargo plane and a Southwest 737 plane came within 1,000 feet of one another at the Austin Airport on Saturday morning. Yeah, I'll never forget. I was on a plane. We were landing in Chicago, and I could probably reach my hand out the window. If the window open, I could have probably like touched the top of a car or a building. That's how close we were to the runway. Then all of a sudden, the plane went right. I'll never forget this. I mean, it would jerk us to right, and people kind of like you could hear some screaming, and I just was like holding, like, what just happened? And we went to the right, and he went back up in the air. And when he was able to level off, he or she was able to level off, they told us that a plane was going up on the same runway that we were going down. And we saw that later in reports. So that's a very scary thing. So the question is, who's in the towers? And are you paying attention to what's going on? Do you have your flight plans in there correctly? So y'all, let's be praying for that. A lot is happening in the air. Come on, we have balloons up in the air. A lot is happening in the air. So we just want to pray for that. All right, y'all, I want to talk about collaboration real quick, and I'm going to bring Isaiah in here. Y'all, check out this collaboration. I'm sharing this as in our membership, we're dealing with Small Business 101. If you have not signed up for the membership, sign up for the membership. And I'm so excited about Black History Month. I'm sending some bonuses this week for those who are in the membership. I see you, Tanya. So here's your opportunity. Every Monday, there's a free e-newsletter that comes out with all kinds of information. The one that leaves out of my inbox today at 9 a.m. It's already scheduled. So you have 9 a.m. Eastern time. So you have until 8:45 to sign up. You can just go to www.gaildudley.com. I say if you would put that up there, that would be great. Thank you. He's on it like, girl, I got it. www.gaildudley.com. Go there. It pops up on the home screen. Fill it out. Just fill out that. It's a free newsletter. In the one that shoots out today at 9 a.m. Eastern time, we'll talk about lead pipes and lead paint coming from the White House. You click the button and you get all the information, and all the links are live inside of that PDF, digital PDF document that you can click on everything to see. Complete the surveys, y'all. Do whatever. Get that information. It's there. Then we're rolling out a free, and somebody say free. We're rolling out a free called Living Through the Brokenness coaching session for Friday, starting the first week of Lent. So the first one is Friday, February 24th. You have to use that to click on the registration to sign up, but you got to read the entire piece to understand where we're coming from with that. And we break that down. Then we have politics and pros. Latrice says voting takes on a new meaning this year. Isaac will be voting. Yes, go ahead, nephew. Go ahead, nephew. I love it. Don't show that you're crying. Be excited. I'm sure those are tears of excitement. So y'all check out the e-newsletter. All kinds of information in there. You get the e-newsletter, keep scrolling all the way down. You'll see where you can register for the February membership. Again, I'm sending out bonuses this week. And I don't have to. I choose to because I'm giving back this month. I'm giving back this month. Um, Deborah Johnson said, free sessions, don't miss it. And these sessions on Friday. And if you even miss the session, it'll be recorded. You'll have a week to get the recording. Hello, somebody. We're giving away. So part of that small business piece, I thought it was important to talk about this Nike collab with Tiffany and Company. You would think these two they're not even on the same platform. Well, GQ is reporting. Y'all read GQ press releases too. Last year, GQ published a definitive guide to the 50 greatest Nike collaborations in the swoosh 50-year history of industry shifting design. Say all of that real fast. They talked about when they update the list for the next half century, it will start with the Nike and Tiffany and Company Air Force One. Yeah, yeah, 1837. So you're going to see the Tiffany color switch on these Nike tennis shoes. And then, by the way, they look amazing. I don't know how much they cost, so don't even ask me. But they will release on March the 7th. And I love it because it's Women's History Month for March. So this Tiffany and Company has always been about women. So they will release this on March the 7th. And it will be a Tiffany executive and in the teasers of the Tiffany blue sneaker box that will show on that Sunday. Yeah, it's the bomb. I saw it. I was like, I don't even want to see how much these cost. So I'm sharing that to say that we have to start thinking different about collaborations and partnerships. I was speaking with a girlfriend of mine, and we were talking, and she was talking about her coaching, and she was talking about where she makes her pitch. So often we think that we just want to pitch to people who look like us, talk like us, walk like us, live like us, and that's okay, but you can only get so far there. You have to be diversified in your thinking and reach out. Come on, who would have ever, in, since their existence, Nike and Tiffany and Company, it doesn't even seem like a match. But the way they're rolling this out is amazing. And they believe that every shoe would sell out. And it's, to my understanding, a limited edition. So just start thinking on a broad spectrum and not small. Y'all, Netflix, TechCrunch is reporting that they don't care. They just really don't care. They don't care if you don't have your own account, meaning if you don't live in the same house and have your own account, they just gonna kick you out. They're not having it anymore. They're losing money. It's time for them to make money. They're saying they're not playing any more games. The streaming giant hasn't confirmed the new terms, but it has made it clear that it wants to end password sharing. If you have a password and you live at 2201, I don't know, Shenanigans Road, and you share the password with 2200 Shenanigan Road. No, they don't care that you in a double. They don't care if you have a up and a down. If you don't live in 2200 Shenanigans with that password, you're not getting it. They getting ready to say, nope, not doing it. So that's happening. And they're rolling this out, the new features. They will kick people off. You're going to go in there trying to get on it. You're going to call your friend, hey, what's your password again? Did you change it? And they're going to give it to you. It's going to be the same one. And you're still not going to be able to get on there. So go ahead and get your password today. You're either going to get it with ads or without ads. That's how they're doing it. So there's that. Okay, I want to bring in Isaiah before I give you my last news and then go into the inspirational message. So come on in here, Isaiah. Let us know what's happening in, what's it called? Prime Times with Isaiah, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All
Prime time
right,
with
go ahead
Isaiah.
and give us what you got.
So, since so many of y'all enjoyed last week's edition of Prime Time with Isaiah, I am back at it again with another edition. This time, I'm letting y'all know next week is that big game, the Super Bowl. Who y'all got going between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles? History is going to be made at this Super Bowl. Not only because it's the first Super Bowl with two African American quarterbacks starting, but also because we have another set of brothers playing against each other. Jason Kelce, the center for the Philadelphia Eagles, and Travis Kelce, arguably one of the greatest tight ends in the league right now for the Kansas City Chiefs. Me personally, I still believe that it's going to be a close game, but I feel like the Eagles are going to take it by a field goal. And another news, I'm really excited on how the halftime show is going to be performed. As many of you know, Rihanna, Miss Fenty herself, is going to be performing the halftime at this year's Super Bowl. I'm just letting y'all know right now. If I hear that, I'm not a good singer, so excuse that. But if she performs a note from "Lift Me Up," I'm gonna have my dad change the channel for 5 minutes or whatever, because that already took me out when I saw Black Panther. But in other news, we also have some NBA scores from yesterday. The Orlando Magic defeated the Charlotte Hornets 119-113. The Cavaliers beat the Pacers 122-103. The New York Knicks defeated the 76ers 108-97. The Toronto Raptors defeated the Grizzlies 106-103. The Pelicans defeated the Sacramento Kings 136-104. And finally, the Minnesota Timberwolves defeated the the Nuggets 128-98. And other news involving the NBA, y'all heard that Kyrie Irving got traded. He's going to the Mavericks. He got traded from the Brooklyn Nets to the Mavericks. I thought he was doing good with the Nets, but apparently, he said, "Hey, I'm out of here. Y'all ain't doing it for me no more." But I'm real interested because if another, what if a vaccine mandate come back up? What are you gonna do then? I'm just saying. And referring back to what Miss Gail Daly was talking about earlier, in terms of Grammys, history was being made at the Grammys yesterday, because yesterday they celebrated the 50th anniversary of hip hop, and it was a performance, y'all. We had artists from old school and new school coming together, and it was magical. I could hear my mom downstairs, every time somebody from old school came on, whether it was LL Cool J, Public Enemy, Queen Latifah singing UNITY. And then both my parents got quiet when artists from my generation started coming in. What's up with that? You had your little babies, your little Uzis, coming in, but it was a good moment to see old school and new school coming together and celebrate the 50th anniversary of hip hop. And speaking of hip hop, shout out to Kendrick Lamar for not only winning, let me see here, Kendrick Lamar, I believe he won best rap performance for his song "The Heart Part 5." He also won best rap song, and he also won best album with Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. So congratulations to Mr. K. Mr. Kendrick Lamar on that not incredible achievement. Many of y'all know I am a huge Kendrick Lamar fan, so it was well deserved, well earned by Compton's Own. With that being said, I'm going to give it back to Miss Gail Dudley. Thank you so much for tuning in to Primetime with Isaiah. Hope y'all enjoyed the show.
I love that about you. I love how the ninth moment you just jumped in and ran with it. And that's my trust and my belief in you, your talent, and what you have to offer. So you keep shining. You keep shining. Can I tell everybody what you told me when we first joined in the green room this morning?
Absolutely.
Y'all, Isaiah had on his quiz in college 295%. Y'all, he's doing the thing. He's doing the thing. So I was so excited when he told me. I was like, yes, just so excited. So y'all, let's just continuously pray for him. And I am that bold in Black History Month. And I want you to put it up there, Isaiah. Listen, sow into this young man's life. Just send him a cash app. Y'all can be $5, $2, $10, $100. Sow into his life. So he'll put the cash app up there as soon as he grab it. But I want y'all to just really support him, love on him, show him that he's doing some great work. Just go ahead and do that. So he'll get that up there in a moment. Thank you, Isaiah. And as he's doing that, let me go on to the next piece of the news. Y'all, Snapchat crosses 2 million paid subscribers. I want to talk about them when we're talking about business too. And this is coming out of TechCrunch. They're reporting Y'all, Snapchat Plus now has over 2 million paid users, according to the company in its latest earning report. I don't know about y'all, but I thought Snapchat was over. I thought TikTok came in and pushed them aside. But they found a way to say, okay, we're not giving up. We're going to keep doing. What do we need to change? How do we need to get back in the game? And they're back in the game. They're back in the game. The paid plan, which costs $3.99 a month. Now, get this, y'all. Snapchat was free. They went to a paid plan and ended up with more than 2 million paid subscribers. How does that happen? Make that make sense. But because their creativity, their vision, their determination, they're out here and they had an earning in the last quarter. They went from free to paid and they have an earning. So just here's my thing with that. Never stop. If you have a purpose, a dream, or desire, never stop. Never stop. While we're waiting for Isaiah to put his Cash App in there, even if you have to put it in the chat, there it is, y'all. And also put it in the chat, that would be great. Again, I want y'all to make sure y'all are sewing into this young man's life. This takes me to the inspirational message. But before I get there, let me share this again, because I see some of the comments coming in. The Gail Dudley brand e-newsletter, and Gail Dudley brand News and Motion falls under that. Politics and Prose falls all under that. My ministry falls under that. Everything falls under that. The e-newsletter is free, but you have to sign up to get it, which means, yes, we get your email. We don't just send you junk. We just send you the stuff that we want to send you, okay? All around News and Motion, Politics and Prose, Gail Dudley, small business, content, publishing, all those kind of things. You get all of that information. You get that information. It is free. Today's, they come out on Mondays. So every now and then they'll come out an extra day during the week. Today's will drop at 9 a.m. Eastern. So if you have not signed up, you still have time to sign up. You have until probably about 8:45 Eastern this morning to get your email in there. And you get a free thing. You get the voter register, the nonpartisan voter resource guide. If you already got one, just pass it off to somebody else. Doesn't matter. But you just sign up. And then you get these every Monday. There's all types of information in there. All types of information in there. Again, this Monday we'll talk about news. I have a section called News from the White House. It is talking about lead pipes and lead paint. Gives you all kinds of information, how you can even get some money. Hello, somebody, to fix or rehab your home or change out pipes or whatever. Now, granted, you can go find this information on your own, but I have it all in one whole thing where you can get everything. All the links are live. You can click whatever. So it's there. And I offer this free because I want you to have that information. Then there's some the rollout of a free coaching thing we're doing for 4 weeks during Lent season. That's in there. Politics and Prose write-up, that is in there. I don't know what else is in there. There's some other stuff in there. Okay. So it comes out. And that's what's happening with that. So again, for those of you who are wondering what exactly is it, that's what it is. That's what it is. There's a lot of information in there. For anyone who's getting, I'm sure Deb is on there. I believe Fred Jones is on there. There's a lot of you that are on there. Adrian's on there. A lot of you are on there. Just let people know. Just do it. I mean, if you really want the information, do it. It's free. It's free. All right, y'all, the inspirational message. I want to talk about our heart today. It's so important that we hear God and we respond. And just give me a moment, because I really want to slow walk this morning. I know we're over time, but I just want to slow walk this morning. What is your heart saying? What is your heart speaking? How is your heart beating? Your heart, how are you protecting your heart? What's going on with your heart? A lot of people start the year off fasting, or with Lent season coming up, they'll start a fast, Lent season. Well, there's a scripture in Isaiah 58, a whole chapter in Isaiah 58 that talks about our fasting. Are we fasting for ourselves, or are we fasting for the world? Are we fasting for how we want the Lord to bless the entire world? When we're fasting, what are we doing with those funds from eating junk? Have you determined, well, I want to give this money to feed America, or I want to give this money to a local food bank? Or what about someone who doesn't have what they need in healthcare, and women are having babies in the back alley or whatever? And yes, that is still happening. And there's programs out there. So what are you fasting to? What is your heart calling you to do? And how are you going to reach people and touch people based upon your heart's desire? Some of you may have a heart for marriages, and you could be a single person having a heart for marriage, where you're saying, my heart is saying that I'm just going to pray for marriages over the next 30 days, because marriages are truly under attack. You may say, okay, I want to pray. I'm a married person, but I want to pray. My heart is calling me to pray for single women, or single men, or single Black men, or Black men as a whole. Are you making that commitment to do that? Are we simply just talking about it, or are we actually doing something about it? So, y'all, what is your heart saying in this season? What is that? What is that? What is that thing that your heart is speaking? I get an opportunity to hang out with some young people on this coming Saturday that I'm so pumped about, because I'm just excited, and I can't wait to love on them, and I can't wait to encourage them and to motivate them and give them a message to share when it comes to politics, especially women in politics. I'm so excited about it that I can't wait for Saturday to get here. And just a side note, I wish it was last Saturday. Because why? Because I got up thinking I was going somewhere last Saturday. And I was like, this is not February the 11th. I have an entire week to get there. But that's the excitement, because my heart is in it to serve these young students and to give them whatever I can give them in the time that we share together. And my goal is one focus, bringing several things I'm bringing together, but one focus to get to them, because that's what my heart is saying. That's what my heart is saying. So, what is your heart saying? And I really want to hear from you. So, whether we're on our way off the program or not, fill this chat up with what is your heart saying? Because what we're going to do as a team is to go back through the chat and pray over those things, praying that God will lead you and guide you as your heart is speaking and saying those things to you. We're going to also pray that opportunities open up for you to be able to meet those needs, that resources will come to you to be able to meet that need, that partnerships, collaborations, and contacts will come to you to meet those things. Really, you should really join. And yeah, I'm saying it right here. You should really join the February membership, because that's some of the bonuses that we're going to be sending out on how to make contacts, how to pitch. All of that is going to be in there. These are bonuses, things that we weren't even considering doing. But over the weekend, when I was talking to some of the advisory team, I said, listen, I need to do this. And they say back to me, and I want y'all to hear this. They say back to me, Mama Gail, that's what they call me. Mama Gail, listen, you're always giving stuff. Who's giving stuff to you? I'm like, it doesn't matter. My heart is saying that people need this information. And however I need to get it out there, I want to empower people to do it. My loss, but guess what? I believe God's going to bless me because I continue to bless others. That's what I'm doing. I want to read some of these. Lori saying, what's happening with your heart? Kim Edmondson, generational wealth. I love that, Kim. Thank you for sharing. I want to see a few more before we sign off. I know we're beyond time, but a few more. What is your heart saying? Be vulnerable and put that in the chat. If there's anybody else to say that. Kim Edmondson, again, thank you for saying that. Lori saying impact on the community through the arts. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love that. And Lori, don't forget to send me your graphic too, so we can put that up there tomorrow. Anybody else before we sign out? What is your heart saying? What is your heart saying? And I'm taking my time through here. And if you got to go, we know you have to go. But I just want to know, what is your heart saying? If you are listening in on podcast, please send us an email, newsinmotionwithgail@gmail.com. Again, newsinmotionwithgail@gmail.com. And we will make sure we talk about it tomorrow. Marion Jackson saying police reform. Thank you. Thank you. Anybody else? Jeffrey Allen James said overflow. Thank you. Thank you. Anybody else? What is your heart saying? What is your heart saying? Yeah, we want to capture those. We want to capture those. Um, and here's my thing to you: don't get off course. Stay the course. Stay the course. That's your mission, to see that in this season at least. And yes, from time to time, that mission or that purpose will change, and that's okay. All right, thank you for those who put things in there. Again, the chat will stay open. Keep putting them in there. If you're on YouTube, put it in there. LinkedIn, put it in there. Again, if you're listening podcast and you want to share, just email us. uh, Rodessa said mental health for the young and older. Misha, go, what's up, Misha? Misha said healing my people with food. I love that. I love that. I love that. Healing my people with food. Yeah. Food is medicine. Food is medicine. It's just a type of food that we choose to eat. I love these things, y'all. All right, y'all. Let me get up out of here. I am Gail Dudley. Thank you so much for tuning in today. We'll be back tomorrow again. We'll be focused on giving you information on what to look for the State of the Union that will happen tomorrow night. Continue to pray for those in Turkey and Syria. Please continue to pray for those in Turkey and Syria. Lori says to ask, connect, and collaborate to make things happen. I love that. So, y'all know what I say. Stay well, everyone. And remember, make some bold moves. I'm out.